Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video, and boy, oh boy, I am not ready to take a victory lap yet because I may have ended up being wrong when ultimately things transpire, but man, it is looking kinda likely that I was right about Horizon Zero Dawn potentially getting delisted on Steam, so Sony can promote the remastered version, which requires PlayStation Network account linking. You guys gotta realize I am a very pessimistic person, just in all walks of my life. All of my friends tell me I'm super pessimistic. I like to think I am realistic. I always try to comfort myself with the worst case scenario in any situation. That is because I feel like if you're comfortable with the worst case scenario in every situation, whether it be gaming, whether it be life, relationships, finance, anything, get comfortable with the worst case scenario, and then anything that happens will pleasantly surprise you. That's just how I like to go about life, and I feel like that has done me pretty well. I try not to push the cart before the horse a little bit too much. I do in the case of just anticipating things that aren't great for me. You guys might be different. You guys might like to have an optimistic outlook on life, which probably is a far more healthy thing to do. I get a little anxious, I think pessimistically, and ultimately, I tend to get comfortable with the worst case scenario. But diatribe about me over. So Horizon Zero Dawn has not been delisted on PSN yet. It has been changed into a bundle with the remastered edition. So you can still get Horizon Zero Dawn in the form of this remastered bundle. It includes the complete edition and it includes the remastered upgrade. No longer can you just buy Horizon Zero Dawn the complete edition. You have to get the remastered if you want it. My question is, they haven't delisted Horizon Zero Dawn the base game yet. I would venture to guess, why would you have this bundle still available at $49.99 once the remastered version comes out? You probably wipe away the bundle and then you sell remastered standalone, and that is the new version of Horizon Zero Dawn on the storefront. I would imagine that this bundle exists so you can get people to buy this remastered edition, but if they want to play Horizon right now, you're still offering that. What's even more interesting is on the Epic Games Store, it's outright gone. The remastered version of Horizon Zero Dawn is the only version you can buy. Also, right now, the very interesting thing about this is, yes, while you can still get the Horizon Remastered and a bundle that includes the base game, even if Horizon Zero Dawn remains on the storefront, the game is not going to see as deep of a discount as it once had. It was going on sale for $12.50 directly on Steam. I guarantee you guys, again, I know how these publishers are. I guarantee you at least for a while, and I'm talking a year and a half, it is not going to get down to $50. They are $12.50, which was 75% off. They are going to once again go through their typical price restructuring and discount rate. So it'll first be maybe 25% off, 20% off, then it'll be 33% off, then it'll be 50% off, then it'll be 60% off, and then at some point it'll get back down to 75%, but I don't venture to guess that that's going to happen anytime in the near future. And again, I did mention this in an earlier video, and I got some pushback in the comments section, people saying I was making too big of a deal about this, that they're not going to do this. Guys, I know how these publishers operate. I know what goes through their heads. Look, I have been following Sony for years and years and years, and more recently, I look at a lot of their business practices and I know the kind of publisher they are. I know the kind of publishers that really do inherently have the consumer's goodwill at heart, which is very few and far between. Let us get that straight. And I don't have any ill will, any venom towards these publishers. I'll call them out when, they do nonsense, but I get it. They're operating a business and they're going to try to take advantage of the consumer every chance that they get. This is the law of the jungle when it comes to the business world. Like, this is just what happens. I'm not all too surprised about that. We all selfishly have our best interest in mind at a lot of times, and PlayStation's best interest is to make as much money as possible, is to get as many people as possible within their ecosystem, and if they can bake in this account linking, they perceive it as a way to get people's foot in the door within their ecosystem. Whether they're right or wrong, that's a debate to be had for another day, but that's what they perceive, and that's what they deem to be the best thing for them to do. There's a reason why they juiced up the price of Horizon Zero Dawn on PlayStation 5 and PlayStation 4, the PlayStation 4 version, by double. They upped the price of that game, and remember, that game came out in 2017. It was at $20. They juiced it up to $40 because this remastered release is out. Sony especially at this point are going to look at every avenue they can to make as much money as they can. Long gone are the days where they were fighting from underneath on Microsoft. They are the dominant market shareholder in the console space, and on top of that, the PC sector is just a accessory revenue stream for them. For them, the console market, building that ecosystem, desperately trying to get you within that ecosystem is what they are always going to be about. And if they view that delisting Horizon Zero Dawn and getting you acclimated to buying this remaster, and that's into the future. The thing is, Horizon Zero Dawn is a game that new PC gamers will go back and they'll be like, hey, it's 30% off, let me check this game out. Well, then you've got their foot in the door in the PlayStation ecosystem. It's not just about this release in a vacuum, it's about shifting the PlayStation structure on PC so account linking is required across the board. If they could go back and re-release all of their games, I guarantee you they would with account linking. And guess what? They are going to be re-releasing their games. Days Gone is reportedly getting a remaster. I would imagine God of War 2018 is going to get a remaster at some point. Why not? Sony isn't releasing their own brand new games as consistently as they once were. How do you fill the gap? How do you connect the bridge into their next outing? By re-releasing a lot of your titles and your owned IPs. Look, this year alone, they put out Last of Us Part 2 Remastered, they put out Until Dawn Remake, and they put out Horizon Zero Dawn. That's just off the top of my head. They are not in the business of consistently putting out first-party titles. The first-party titles that they are super invested into right now are the live service games, and live service is something where it is its own ecosystem and they want you in that. Guys, I guarantee you, and this might be me being pessimistic, but I guarantee you, at least from my vantage point, if PlayStation viewed that they could get away with it and people would be accepting of it, they would absolutely bake in PlayStation Plus into their PC world. If you don't think at some point the thought at least went through the minds of the discussion board when they were talking about this push into live service, thinking, hey, we're gonna release these games on PC. If Concord is this gigantic Star Wars level IP for us like we are perceiving that it potentially could be, if we get Helldivers 2 to pop off, Fair Game to pop off, maybe we can get PC gamers to start paying to play online on our live service games, and we'll give them a couple bonuses, we'll give them a couple in-game items, but think about that residual revenue that you could get. Guys, if you don't think that thought at least went through the heads and minds of PlayStation executives, you're foolish, you're ignorant, you don't understand what is going through PlayStation's head. They want to make the most amount of money possible, and I'm not even vehemently hating on them for that. That is just the scenario in the world we live in. And maybe, again, I'm pushing the cart before the horse a little bit too much with the remastered bundle still being available, but this is already anti-consumer if you look at it. Horizon Zero Dawn, Sony used to put it on sale 75% off for $12.50. That's what it was worth. Those days are gone. Those days are dead and buried as far as Sony putting it on sale on Steam directly. Now, I will give a shout to our good friends at Instant Gaming. I have mentioned them before. I don't know how many copies they're going to have in stock, but I see a lot of people picking up through them. They have it for $10.11. Horizon Zero Dawn Complete Edition. And if you do want the remastered version, just pay the $10 and then you'll get the Horizon Zero Dawn Remastered for $20 and change, and you won't have to account link. But this is Sony stripping away options from the consumer. And as I say, and I feel like this phrase, I think, is going to eventually make you guys annoyed with me constantly saying it, but sometimes people are confused about assessing situations entirely in a vacuum. In a vacuum, Horizon Zero Dawn as an upgrade for $10, I don't think it's the biggest deal in the world. I do think there's a visual improvement. It's when you add the context of everything else Sony has been doing, not releasing any new games, that them re-releasing game after game becomes a little bit of an annoyance. In a vacuum, Horizon Zero Dawn getting delisted to promote this remaster isn't that big of a deal, but the reality is the reason this is happening is to bake in account linking and to get you into their ecosystem, and the further they can push you into the ecosystem, the more control they have over you. That's why it's foolish to just assess situations in a vacuum. You have to look at the bigger picture, and that's what Sony's doing, and it's a little bit sneaky, but they're doing it nonetheless if you're actually paying attention. But that'll do it for me. I'll leave a link to Instant Gaming in the description box below if you do want to check it out, but a delisting is very possible. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. It's already delisted on the Epic Game Store. Steam, it's still available in the form of this remastered bundle, but why would you have the remastered bundle after HZD is actually out? Unless Sony's actually going to be somewhat consumer friendly and at least offer an option to get the Horizon Zero Dawn Complete Edition, the original, without account linking, but I don't know if that's going to be the case. And again, if nothing else, even if it remains, this is Sony appreciating the price of their game, and I always think that's super lame. They did it just outright on PlayStation 5 or PlayStation 4, jacking up the price of HZD and doubling the price of that. Here, they're being a little bit more sly with it, but for those that understand how the Steam store works, and other publishers have done this. Again, Ubisoft did this with Assassin's Creed 3. I remember that vividly, but yeah, that'll do it for me. Let me know your guys' thoughts. Again, Instant Gaming link if you do want to get the game for whatever reason. I mean, it's a great game. I loved HZD. I shouldn't say for whatever reason if you don't own it yet, but yeah, that'll do it for me, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.